I hate magic apps. No, wait, sorry, let me rephrase that. I fucking hate magic apps. You see what I did there? It's called humor. But the truth of the matter is that I don't hate all magic apps. I only hate some magic apps. Every time I see a trailer for a new app that mentions, oh, all you have to do is just have the spectator/participant go through a random number generator on your phone to come up with a number that you then find a selected card in the deck that they had in their hands the entire time. It really makes me want to be the subject of a Netflix documentary. Now, there are a lot of apps that do it well. Greg Rostami is known for his work on Eject, and it's a beautiful app. We have Wicked Test, I believe, by Mark Kirstein. And we also have my boys at Magic Pro Ideas. Now, my first interaction with Magic Pro Ideas was through their Unlock app, and it was a wonderful way to actually solve the problem of unlocking a participant's phone. Now, unfortunately, I bought that for my Android, and I no longer have access to that because I'm on Team iPhone, right? What a sellout. So maybe they could hook it up with a license or something. But I actually purchased the app and I loved it. There was so much kerfluffle in the Magic community about apps that unlock phones, and this guy talking about this guy, and then all this trash talking. And here's Magic Pro Ideas with a very simple and direct app and no frills. They then slid directly into my DMs and asked me if I could look at their new app, which is a calculator. The app is known as Pulse. Now, before, when I was mentioning that I hate magic apps, it's because I hate magic apps. Any app that you have to take out in front of a participant and show them, hey, look, here's an application I have, it makes me want to punch a puppy. But then there's the other side of things, the applications that they don't see, the applications that they use on a daily basis or they think they use on a daily basis. And that is exactly what Pulse is. What Pulse gives you is the ability to get a spectator's phone, borrow a phone, and be able to use their calculator, and you still be able to force any number you want. Now, along with the forcing, you could also have numbers disappear, as you're seeing on the cleverly placed trailer. You could make numbers disappear and appear from their own phone. What's great as well is that it's cross-platform. It's Android and iPhone, so you don't have to worry about which one you get it on, and you could even do it on a participant's phone, which is the real money-making bit here. Now, if you're considering purchasing this particular product, I do suggest that you have a couple things in mind. There's a method. There's a method, my friends. I know, I have to say that, and you think that might be apparent. But unfortunately, magicians think that, oh, hey, whenever I hear something, I don't have to do any work. You do have to do a little bit of work. When you take the phone from the participant, you have to input a certain thing in order to be able to actually get the calculator on the participant's phone. Now, in their very wonderfully shot tutorial, they do talk about the use of NFC chips, which is a very easy way to do this and very quick. With an NFC chip, you're going to be able to just tap the phone regardless of platform, and it's going to take you directly to the website that you need to do your little bit of finaggery. But once you get that finaggery done, what you have is a calculator that looks exactly like the calculator for whatever phone you may be using it in. If you have an iPhone, it's going to simulate exactly what the iPhone calculator looks like. If you happen to have an Android phone, it's going to look like the Google version of the calculator app. Now, there are a lot of features that actually make this worth your time and money. Someone might say, oh, you could just use the toxic force, and you could, and it does require inputting stuff on the participant's calculator. So if you're going to do that, might as well do this and have a super simple way of doing it without any force whatsoever. And when you actually want to implement the force, you could just press a certain place in the screen, and it's going to allow you to force it whenever you want. So you could show a regular calculator, you could use it as a regular calculator, you could have them press equal, and all by the simple tap of one of the buttons, you're able to force the number each and every single time. And I think that's very, very powerful, because with the traditional method, you are going to have to worry about what the participant might press. And with this, they could pretty much press anything, and it's still going to lead you to the desired total. In this case, why don't we just multiply a 1 times 2 times 3 and see that it gives us, well, 69, 69, 69. That's not usually what it gives you, but it does in my world. Now, another great feature is that it allows you to force the exact day and time that you happen to be performing it in. So if you have several participants add up numbers, you're going to be able to add the total to the exact time. So you could have a participant look at the day, look at the time on their watch, and it matches exactly what the sum is. which is a very, very powerful effect because how would you calculate that? And the app, of course, does that for you. Another effect is that you could actually make the digits vanish individually. So you could take the digits, you could rub your finger and make them vanish, make them reappear, and again, all on the participant's phone. So what you're getting with the purchase of the app is essentially a very easy way of forcing numbers on a participant on their phone. Now, there is one downside that I would say if you purchase this app, and that's that you're gonna have to clean up. So after the effect, after you borrow the phone, after you complete it, you are gonna have to do a little bit of cleaning up, and it's not really anything. It's just, and that's it. You're essentially clean. But you are going to have to get rid of certain things, and then the participant can get their phone back. Now, usually when it comes to a toxic force, once they press equal, that's it. But with this, after the actual reaction, you're going to show the participants that it matches, and then you're going to have to do a little something. But once you do that something, that's it. People might find apprehension when it comes to that, but I don't think it's an issue, especially during the reactions, especially after the participants have seen that everything matches and you show the revelation. All you have to do is just clean up a little bit and you're good to go. It leaves no trace, and if you happen to use an NFC chip, it's very easy. You don't actually have to physically input anything. The link is contained in the chip, and all you have to do is just tap and you're good to go. Now, obviously, people might think that because they gave me the app, I'm very biased and I might say, oh, only positive things, but that's not the case. Your boy Piggy's honest. If it was a spectacular catastrophe, I would say it's a spectacular catastrophe, but I've enjoyed their apps before. They even have an app called AnyWeb, which is another powerful one. It's been reviewed on, I believe, the Wizard product review, and they gave it an excellent rating. And same thing with this. If you are in the market for an application that uses a calculator and you want to be able to borrow a phone and you want to be able to make sums or make additions or make multiplications on a participant's phone and still force it each and every single time, then this is the app that you want to get. It really takes everything and boils it down to the essentials. Now, a lot of people might think that an app like this might be simplistic, but I think that it does what it needs to do excellently. While this app might not have a billion features, what it does is tremendously effective, and I think that it does it simpler than any other app. Now, what I love about Magic Pro Ideas are their attention to detail. So for example, in the Unlock app, there's certain things that let you know that it's worked. Even with this, the Pulse app, there's a certain indicator that lets you know that it's actually connected to the internet and that you don't have anything to worry about. And that's what I tend to notice about the other apps that tend to have more time, in that it's taken a long time to get to that point. Whereas with Magic Pro Ideas, the app right out of the box is something tremendous. So I say yes, I recommend it. If this is the sort of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking for an application that you could force a number on the participant's phone, this is wonderful. I appreciate Magic Pro Ideas sending over a copy, but that doesn't really affect it. If they were sending me shit, I would say it. Hey guys, look, you should look at this app and laugh and point at it. But this app is a tremendous one, and I recommend it if you happen to be in the market for this particular thing. That was a lot of virginity, guys. I apologize. Usually when it comes to videos, I like to implement a little bit of, humor and byplay and banter and some rude and crude jokes that may or may not get me in trouble. But this one was straightforward. This one was just, hey, look, here's the app. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, right? Sometimes I feel like I need to pepper in these virgin-y episodes just to make sure that you guys are aware that, I'm a magician at heart. But other than that, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go probably figure out different ways to use Raid. And not Shadow Legends. I mean Raid, like the cockroach killer. I don't get a lot of cockroaches because I'm very clean. I tend to clean things very often. Too often. As a matter of fact, I clean my clothes every day after one use. So I know that's not necessarily great for the fabric, but I just can't be with smelly clothes, even if it's for a couple hours. So, yeah.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.